Okay, I'm going to show you around the campsite and show you some cool stuff. There's the cave entrance that I'm going to take you up into and show you the inside of. You can hardly see it from here. There we go. Right there. And there's a similar one, nearly identical, right there. For now, I'm going to take you up here and show you a cool camp spot. Take you right down here. These logs that cross the river right there have plasma burn on the logs that cross the river. One of the most bizarre plasma burns I've ever seen. But for now, let's cruise over here. There's a bunch of little campfire sites. And this place, oh, there's a wire, a cable running across the river right here, holding a big log. The cable running across the river makes it to where this is a nice swimming hole where it slows the water down. And right over here, there's little fire spots all over where people have had little campfires. Like that one right there, where you could have a campfire and no one would even see you from the road. And sit over here in the shade. And there's another cave right behind this tree where you climb up in, kind of like right here. Not sure how well you're even able to see that because of the lighting. But now I'm going to take you down the river and show you the plasma fire spot, and then take you up into the bunkers and show you the ventilation and the facility that is both a climate controlled storage facility because it's 60 degrees all year long. So during the summer it's nice and cool. During the winter it's warmed up and it's a little bit too clean inside, to the point where it makes me think maybe there's mold in there or something, because otherwise there should be bats and birds and bugs and raccoons, because it's climate controlled. So there's the logs crossing the river that I'm going to take you over to now. So there's the entrance to the bunker I'm going to take you to. There's the logs that cross the river. Oh, and there's the other bunker right there. They're basically directly across from one another at an elevated position. Osama bin Laden would be jealous. And the good thing about this is it's not just one log going across. You can walk on this one and hold yourself up on that one. You see that, right? Where did that come from? How did that burn? One of the most bizarre plasma burns I think I've ever seen. So you can see how hard it burned. Burned it to charcoal on both sides. Now let's go check some bunkers. I'm just gonna take you over to the other one. This one's pretty much the same thing. Right here you can see the slats going across. You'll see from the other side that it's basically the same thing. I don't know if you can even see it from the other side. First, I'm going to take you a little further down the river and show you where the spring comes out. But this is, that log that crossed the river is right there, and the other bunker is directly across. This is a little bit of water. It looks pretty clear coming out, but that's not the spring I was going to show you. That's coming from across the road somewhere, and I haven't even went over there to look. But we're going to keep walking down this way and show you the spring that comes right up out the ground. And I'm going to bring a clear container and get some of it in a cup and see how clear it really is. It's right over here. You can see that it's all swampy right here. That's from the spring. And it's cold water, and I assume it's fresh. I haven't tasted it yet, but I don't think it's sulfur water. It's basically just like one of these pipes, but it's got the water coming up through. Here's another piece of plasma burnt wood just sitting here on the in the midst of the unburnt grass. But we've seen enough of that. So I'm gonna go eventually. I didn't bring the container with me right here. But that's what's making it all marshy around here. And everything I'm showing you here, this campsite is exactly halfway between Monk's Hollow and Red Ledge's picnic area. Up Diamond Fork Canyon. It's about a 5-minute drive from the hot springs. So as a resort, you got the hot springs up the road. You got freshwater river running right here. I'm not sure if that's spring water, if it's connected to a valve, but it looks like it flows pretty constantly based on the buildup along the sides of it. Because if it dried out, that stuff would die, all that moss. So I think that's constantly flowing. There's a lot of cow poop around here, but that cow poop is gonna smell like gold. See, it's marshy around here. And that also tells me that it's always going. The amount of water and marsh that's right here. But where there's cow poop, there's cows. And where there's cows, there's beef. So back to the campsite. So as you can see, that's the river, and this is the wall of the road, of the freeway, or not the freeway, the road that comes off of US 6 called Diamond Fork. So the way to get here is you go to Spanish Fork Canyon from Utah County. As you begin to go up Spanish Fork Canyon, there's a bunch of windmills right at the mouth of the canyon. That's the bunker, with the other one directly across from it. I'm about to just take you up and show you around the inside of this one. It goes back in about 270 feet, and then it's got a hallway that breaks off to the right and goes off to the right about 75 feet. So you go to Spanish Fork Canyon, right at the mouth of the canyon, there's these windmills. You go 5.5 miles up the canyon, and you'll see a sign that says Diamond Campground. That's Diamond Fork Canyon. You take a left right there. You go about another 7 miles, and you hit Red Ledge's picnic area. Exactly 1/2 mile past Red Ledge's picnic area is my little campsite right here. It's not my campsite. There's the logs with the plasma burn. Exactly 1/2 mile past Red Ledge's picnic area is this little offshoot road that comes down into this camp. And then about another 1/4 to 1/2 mile past that is Monk's Hollow, a designated campsite. Now, when you come up the canyon, or once you turn on to Diamond Fork Canyon, it says no camping for the next 12 miles other than in designated camping areas. This place is only about 7 miles. But, you know, regulations are overrated. Especially when it's time to become the author of your own authority, you need to have practiced a little bit. And so, what we got here is fresh water, along with the spring, along with the hot springs. About another 5-minute drive up the road, you hit the parking lot for Fifth Water Trailhead, and it's about a 30-minute hike up there to the hot springs. And from this little campsite, there's the road that turns off of the Diamond Fork Road that connects directly to US 6. And from here, you can see the entryway to that bunker and the entryway to that bunker. Let's go look around on the inside of this one over there. This is what it looks like looking in. There's this power box on the wall that says it can accommodate a 5 horsepower motor. Like to turn a fan to run air through this ventilation shaft that goes clear to the back. So just sitting in front of here. Oh, got a duck. So check this out. When you're down at this level of this, no one can see you. Only when you rise up like this, and it's going around a corner, so no one even sees this as they go by. The little road that I turned down in is right there. This is what the front of it looks like. And as I walked up just now, there's a red spray paint can. So I'm gonna have to implement some access control, which I did once upon a time. And I locked my lock to theirs, but they didn't want me or something, so I'm gonna have to implement some access control. So let's go on in and check it out.